Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Tuesday, which means tutorial Tuesday for you guys. I'm excited for this one because today I will teach you guys how you attack in EFC 25 as it's very hard to defend. Let's just jump right into the video and teach you guys how you score 10, 15, 20 goals past your opponent on EFC 25. So, as you see in the background, this is the team that I'm playing with at the moment in pro games. We can use loan cards, and this is a 4-2-3-1 formation at the moment. I'm just experimenting at the moment, trying different kind of formations out. If you were watching my stream this week in League, I was playing 4-4-1-1, 4-4-2, trying out different formations. But I think in general, if you want to score more goals in this game, you either need to play two strikers, which is 4-4-2, I would preferably say. Very hard to defend in that formation. Or you go with a formation that has a cam, two wingers and a striker, like the 4-4-1-1, 4-2-3-1, 4-2-1-3, whatever. You name it. So now we jump into the small details that will make you an insane player scoring goals in EFC 25. So we start off with the first sequence. This is going to be me playing in the 4-2-1-3 formation, I believe. And you want to try to find this space now on this game, especially when you have two CDMs or CMs that are currently playing in your formation. So they could be a 4-4-1-1, 4-2-3-1, 4-2-1-3, you name it. And if you find this kind of position, you want to try to revert it back. So I would say your goal is to always try to aim for kind of the corner flag. If you can cut into the box, do it, like I did with Mbappe here, going on the inside of Kyle Walker this is. But when I get into this space, I don't really have a lot of options to really play for. I could play maybe Pele. Vini is a non-option because he's covering that with Saliba. So the thing I do, I'm trying to slow down. I'm taking a touch backwards to be able to try to find a CM. Then this is basically a bit like we talked about last year, the CM play. So the thing I want to do here, I want to find my center midfielders. So while I do this, I found Rodri, I find Mon, and here it's all about patience. All about patience. We managed to find Rodri back, but if we try to go more into detail with this clip, the thing you want to find here is to, in general, find your strikers. So if you play a 4-4-2 formation, you will have more strikers, of course, than a 4-4-1-1. You will have one extra. But the thing you could put on your cam is to actually put shadow striker, which means that they are making more runs into the box and will kind of stay inside the box a bit more. I'm playing that, and I think that's working wonders for me, which means I have a lot of options. But here, with Rodri, sometimes you will get this kind of look. And the two players we have now is obviously Pele, who is playing as a cam. We have Mbappe out wide, then Vini, who is playing as a left winger inside the box. So basically, Vini and Mbappe swap positions. So I need to have patience here, first of all, like I do. If I take a touch forward there with Man, I could easily finesse his first post and I'll probably score because he have finesse shot plus. But the thing I do, I revert it back because I couldn't really find any options. Of course, I could be a bit more positive with my touch, taking it forward, then try to basically find a finish into the back of the net. I didn't. But then again here, I tried to turn a bit because on this game, as I've explained in my defending tutorial, it's very hard to defend, right? And I think a lot of you guys are struggling with that at the moment. So when you attack, you also know that your opponent are most likely struggling. So the thing you want to do then is to try to find quick combinations. I see that he's currently holding a Rodri here, who is the CDM. So if I manage to find my Rodri here, I try to accelerate away from Saliba, who this is, who is closest to Rodri, then I try to score. So the thing I do, I find Rodri, accelerate away with a step over, and we scored to make it 1-0. A fantastic goal. If we revert it back from 20 seconds, you will see I try to use the width of the pitch, but when I get into this kind of space with Mbappe, as I said, I'm thinking, okay, now I want to do the CM play, so I know we want to go quick from CM into an attacker. If I can't really find anything, I try to do a bit of left stick, finds Rodri, scoring, and yeah, basically a really good attack on this game. So this is going to be a bit of a different one, I would say, because this is going to be a very fast attack. The thing you could do in the 4-2-1-3 or the 4-4-1-1 is to always try to play these kind of quick passes. And you will need to have a cam that has incisive pass to be able to attack like this in this game. And I would advise you guys anyway, whatever you want to look for in a cam is the incisive pass. Because if the cam doesn't have incisive pass, it's a no-go. It needs to have incisive pass in gold or at least in white. And Pele, in this case, has incisive in white, which means that he can make that through ball first time because he has incisive pass. So, when we get into this kind of spaces with Mbappe, I know, okay, he is Haaland there, and he wants to probably go aggressive on me because if he presses circle, either most likely Haaland will bully Mbappe, or we get a free kick, or Haaland get the ball. So, the thing I'm doing is to try to do the flick away from Haaland. Now, I have a very good opportunity with Pele here. If I take the touch forward, I'm taking a touch forward into the space, but then I'm taking a touch upwards, because on this game now, after the patch, the thing that's changed the most is that the fullbacks are non-existent. They are just staying there, and that's why I talked about to you guys in the last defending video that you need to tuck them in manually to try to pull them in. This guy is not pulling them in, so I'm going to send my Dennis Mann, and I know that the attacking AI wants to find that pocket in between the fullback and the center back. So if you see now, I'm pressing L1 towards Mann, he's taking a touch inside, green time finish into the back of the net, but you see, Mann will always, or whoever you play on both sides, if you play a 4-4-1-1, 4-2-3-1, they will always take that kind of pocket of space in between the fullback and the center back. So if you see here once again, pressing L1 towards Dennis Mann, taking a touch forward, he has the finesse shot trait, can just finesse at far post, and we score to make it 2-0 in this game. But the key is, when you get into this kind of space, have patience. Obviously, I could have taken a touch forward, trying to go quickly, but the thing I do, I see Dennis Mann here, I press L1, as you see now, as his hand is raised, he is running forward, he goes into that pocket of space in between Saliba and Theo Hernandez. We take a touch forward, being aggressive, green time finish into the back of the net, and a fantastic goal on this game. And yeah, that's basically how you should attack when you're trying to go a bit quicker on this game, in my opinion. And this is going to be quite an identical goal, but I think I wanted to show this one because this actually has a bit of spice to it. If you compare the first one and the second one that I showed you guys, this is a bit of in between. So we find a pocket of space, first of all, in between the fullback and the center back, which is perfect. That's the pocket we want to try to find. But here I decide, okay, he kind of is in no man's land with Haaland here, because I can still go byline, but I decide for myself here, I want to play this quickly. So I use the drag back flick into Mbappe, but I also press L1 towards Dennis Mann. So I'm just going to do an easy X pass to Dennis Mann. He takes a touch forward, he gets close to the keeper, and when you are this close to the keeper, just please, just tap circle gently, because then they will perform the low-driven shot, which always goes in when the keeper is flying out like Buffon did here. So if we take a look back at it, just let it play, you see, we will come from the wing, and then we try to find the pocket of space in between the fullback and the defender, which we find successively right here. And when we find this space, it's basically go time in here. Then we need to go forward. And once again, as I said, I find that kind of quick pass into Mbappe, he can't react, finding the extra pass to Dennis Mann, and we score to make it 3-0 in this game. This is going to be a game against Ekman, who is Belgium's best player at the moment. He's really, really solid. And once again, we will try to push the defense down here with my fullback. And the fullbacks now, I'm not really looking to attack with them as much as I did before, but I want to get them high up so we can find this pocket of space in between the fullback and the defenders. So I find Munoz, I find Xavi Simons, and I know I have a lot of players that can be able to form these first-time passes. So once again here, you will think that this is probably a pretty, it looks very, very easy, the thing I'm doing, and it does. But the main key to Vini making this run is that, first of all, I'm taking this touch. I'm pressing L1 towards Simons. Simons is going to run in behind, in between the fullback, which is Theo and Saliba. So he needs to cover this run first. He tucks kind of, I think this might be a bit too late, but he tucks Theo Hernandez in, which means that I will be able to get space going upside towards the pitch. So I see Vini, I press L1 towards Vini. And when Vini is in this kind of position, I'm just trying to play an X pass onto him. But the most important thing when I play an X pass towards him here is to try to take that touch forward into the space. Because if I'm taking a touch towards Van Dijk will get the ball. But I'm taking the touch away from Van Dijk and Saliba, just in between them. Vini gets into a perfect spot, manages to find that finish into the back of the net, and we score. Just because I press L1 now to Vini, takes a touch forward, and yeah, Timo De Vini is not missing chances like that. And this goal is going to be a fantastic goal. This is exactly how you should play this new patch. I'm just going to play the goal for you guys. It's a fantastic goal. Just pinpoint in everything I did there. It's basically fantastic. So if we trying to take a bit of a deep dive into it then, what's happening here? First of all, we find Xavi Simons, and we're doing this kind of bounce back pass, just letting it develop. And here, I'm actually sending my Vini with L1 pass, which means that he will make a run after I pass the ball away. And a lot of you guys think that I might go to De Jong here and then to Mbappe, which I can. But the thing that's super, super hard to read is that I'm deciding to go back to Vini. And it's not a lot of pro players in general that, kind of knows this, but he needs to guess. So if he guesses that I'm going to Vini, I'm just going to play it to De Jong and then try to take the space forward. But obviously, he thinks that I want to go to De Jong, then to Mbappe. I'm taking a touch upside down to find this kind of R1X into Vini. But then when I find the R1X to Vini, I'm playing this first time into Mbappe because I'm letting you guys take a bit of time because he's in between the fullback and the defender, and that's the money spot we want to look for. So again, Vini finds his first time pass to Mbappé, and here I can just take this touch forward. When the defender is coming close towards you, please use this kind of flick, whatever you want to call it. I basically call it the flick. You can call it the bridge, whatever, but I'm calling it the flick, and you perform it by pressing L1, R1, and then flick the right stick and in a 90-degree angle, because basically glitches the defender, and it's super hard for him to actually take the ball. As you see, the defender is kind of glitching, and he doesn't react to it. Once again here though, with Xavi Simons, I can't take a touch forward and then try to finesse. But once again, I'm pressing L1 towards Dennis Mann because I know he will make this AI run in between Saliba and Theo Hernandez. And it's very hard for him to tuck in Theo into this space and kind of block Mann's run off. Because already now he's already too late. Like, he needs to tuck in Theo Hernandez earlier than this. I find Mann, and with the finesse shot plus playstyle inside the box, is basically a goal every single time. So if we revert it back once again, it's all about making these triggers around the box with L1. I would especially say L1, not really use R1 too much, because I think that will just kill your momentum and tempo. But L1 around the box is super important, especially when you get into these kind of pockets. Finding the extra pass to Dennis Mann, and that's basically a fantastic goal in the EFC 25. Yes guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I would appreciate that a lot. As we're on the way to 70,000 subscribers on the channel, I would appreciate that a lot. And also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you're not missing the upcoming tutorials and formations that are coming on this channel. And hopefully some in real life content as well for you guys. Thank you so much for today. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys soon. Bye bye.